I decided to film another one of my practice sessions because it seemed like people actually liked it. They like to see it. So I'm going to do another. Doing the same thing. I practice the same things over and over unless I'm trying to develop something. The reason being is because it's what I do when I go. So I try to practice what I do when I actually play, as opposed to something that I don't ever play. There's 1,000. Oh, sorry. My mind got mixed up. All right, so there's our 3 bank rolls. $1,600. I mean $1,800. And at this point, we are going to start with our first 600. And I'm going to be playing the 6, 7, 8. Same exact stuff. 1, 2, 1, 3. Dice set. Attempting to make a come out winner. Attempting to get on free roll. And yesterday our profit goal was 200. We made it after a really up and down practice. This time we're going to try for $500. Here we go. Oh, bad throw. We got lucky. 1, 2, 3. We'll take it. 1, 2, 3. That sets us up. $75. So this $75 is free at this point. So we're going to be able to play 66 inside for free if we want. And there's the 6. Okay. Remember, we won 75 already. So this is completely free. So we're going to go all across because we have that benefit. Hello, Chad. We have the benefit of that come out winner. I'm going to add a rack over here, guys. That way I can put my other bankrolls in it. All right, the other parts of my bankroll. I'm just going to shoot it because it's the 6. I'm just going to grab them and shoot them. See where we end up. And there's the 7. Quick 7. That's okay. Remember, we won 75 on that come out. So I know we lose a little here, the $3 or whatever it was, but we still won that 75. So haven't lost anything. All right, random shooter. Here we go. Same thing. Oh, come out 7. Okay, so now we're down, I think, $3. Put it back. $6 again. Well, we got to satisfy our exposure here. So we're going to play the Crossy, Iron Cross. All right, so the 7 is worth $5, but that's okay. It'll get more valuable as we get hits. And there's the 9. All right. Hello, everybody. $15 winner. We're going to go for 3 hits, and then we'll start pressing some, trying to be more aggressive. And we have a 7. Okay, 2 quick 7s. That's fine. 75. We are winning. Winning, winning, winning. All right, next random shooter. And there's the 4. Okay. That was not an 8, that was a 4. 3, 1, 4. We're going to take advantage of this here. I'm going to go 150. Then I'm going to play across in this fashion. All right. Hopefully we don't roll 4, obviously. We're looking for 3 hits. Then we're going to jump to something else. 35. There's 1 hit. And there's 2 hits on the 5. We could go repeater here, but we essentially have a better repeater playing against the 4. No reason to put it on the 5. Oh, maybe we should have put it on the 5. There's the hard 4. That was painful. Okay. We're going to go to 100 on the don't. And there's the 5. Okay, going to move that over to the 4. We're going to have to figure something out here because that 4 hit was pretty brutal. I'm getting 100, 150. All right, so we're looking for free hits again. And there's the 6 for 35. Repeating the process. Random shooters. Oh, wow, that 5. That 5 is hot. All right, we're going to have to dig into the other bankroll. All right, I'm going to get $600. I'm going to go 300. There's the 9. Okay. I'm going to switch this up a little bit. Okay. We're looking to dodge that 9 a few times here. There's the 6. It's going to win 105, so it's going to be a $55 winner. $617. Should have stayed on that 3 it was on. That's okay. I mean, we got 1 hit at that $300 level. Definitely could have been better. 300. All right, we're going to drop it down to 100. Random shooter. Got the 6. 4-2. I'm going to stick with the iron cross here for a little while. Until it gets back to our shot. There's the 7. That was quick. Boy, these are quick. $100. The one that went long hit a bunch of points and crushed us. All right, so it came back to our shot. That's awesome. All right, 1, 2, 1, 3. Let's try to get something going. We had a little bad run. We're not doing terrible. We're not doing good. And we're on the 6 again. Wow. Got a lot of 6s happening today. We go double up on the. So I'm going to have to throw some odds out there. 90 in odds. Here we go. $3-1. It's going to be a $25 winner. It's 1 hit. Ooh, it almost jumped out of that 6. That's okay. We got a 7. 7 out. No big deal. 90 is going to win 75. 100 is going to win 100. There we go. Rack it up. And that was our shot. All right, now random shooter. We'll switch to the red dice. So what do we have? 500, 6,000. So we're down a couple hundred to about 200. All right. getting it together. Five, 3, 8. Same thing. And we're going to go 90 in odds. We have to get some reds. Here we go. Guys, I don't have my computer up, so if you're texting, if you're typing and I'm not answering, it's because I don't have my computer up to see. So, $70 winner, minus 25. Sorry if I'm missing your comments and stuff. Seven, okay? So we're going 0.7, 0.7 pretty quick, but we're playing correctly, so we're winning. 75 there, 100 there, rack it up. All right, so 500, 1,000, 16. So we're still down a couple $100. All right, random shooter. We got a 6. 6s and 8 points. Over and over and over. But we're not hitting them. We hit the 4 and the 5, but we haven't been hitting these ones. So we're going to stick with it until we do what we're doing. There's the 7. It's quick today. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. We're winning on them. All right, next shot. Random guy. Oh, there's a come out 7. That's the only issue right there. Let's go to 150. And there's the hard 4. Hard 4. All right, we got 150 on it. Okay, so we have 100, 200, 250. So we're going to add 200 in odds. You don't have to do this. You don't have to play this big. But I'm going to give this 4 a chance to miss and let us get some wins. 415. $70. I'm going to do a little pressing this time. Ouch! 314. Ow. Okay. I'm actually going to go get into my other bankroll. I'm going to go 500 on this note. Hard 8. Take this, put that over there. Point is 8. I'm going to let it roll. I don't want to be hitting. There's the 4 again. All right, we got 50, so we're going to drop $2 and get 100. Don't want 426. That's 105. $7 out. Okay, not terrible. We did get some wins in. That one loss hurt. $3, 500. Okay, so where are we at? 500, 1,012. 13, 14, 15. So we're only down about $200, not a huge deal. Like that. All right, I'm gonna go with a $200 don't. Let me act like it's my shot again. All right. Here we go. Wow, come out $7. $7 now. Sevens are hitting. There's the 4, okay. I'm just gonna play this. 300, 400. Just gonna play this as a 4. I'm gonna play the 2, 3, 3, 2 because I tend to roll 7s out of it. I know there's a hard 4 sitting on it. I probably should hedge this hard 4, but I want this 7 as a winner. Hard 4. That I just said I should probably play that hard 4. And first roll, I smack it. All right, so we got 500, 600, 700. So we better make some ground up. Get 500. Go 200. All right, still our shot. 1, 2, 1, 3. Hitting points like crazy. There's a 4, 1, 5. Okay. I'm going to put 300 in odds. I know this is all my money, but things haven't been going perfect, so I'm trying to make something happen here. Sometimes I do lose. And there's the 7. I thought that was going to jump right on that 5. Okay, so that's going to win 400 total. 2 there, 2 there. We go up to 300. I know this sounds crazy, right? Random shooter, but we got to make a move. If we're taking $1,800 to win or lose, whatever the case is, we got to try to make a move. And there's the hard 6. We've got $300 on it. We need to get 200 in green. Points are killing me. And it's not, normally I hit specific points. It's been all of them today. All right, here we go. There's aces. We'll take that. We love it. $100. And there is the 6. Are you serious? Are you serious? Wow. I'm just getting brutalized here on these points. Let's go 300. Crushed. 12. Kill points. And a 7, right? Because that's exactly how the day has been. Putting all this on there. Exactly how it's been. And an 11 just to finish us off. Ouch. All right, what do we have left? 150, 65, 165. All right. We went this far.
I'm going to go drop this clothes off to the side.
Okay. And we got a hard 4. All right, let's see if we can bring it all. Gonna have to get a little lucky here. Couldn't get away from hitting our points, man. It's just killing us. Is that it? Nope, there's a 5. Where'd all those 7s go that we're hitting? Where'd all they go? Where'd they all go? It's frequency. Now we're all over the place. All over. Come on, random shooter. Come on, guy. Get it. Is that it? 6, 5, 1. $11. So we're either getting 6s or 11s or 12s. There's another 11. Oh, dice off the table. Here we go. Wow, there's another 11. I wish I could do this at the casino. Aces. All these horn numbers, man, be killing it. Aces again? Holy smokes. Craziness. And then we get beat on the 4. After all that brutality, we get smashed on the 4. That was a quick 1800. I know you guys are all a huge fan of DGE's strategies, and I like it too, but DGE's strategy will take you hours and hours and hours at the casino because you're not going to always see those kind of runs in that strategy. So I don't know how applicable it is to most cases. That was brutal. Whole 1800. 22 minutes. It would have been longer than that at the casino. All right, try another one. Let me get 600 out here. So that was a practice session that went completely awry. All right. There's 600, so we have another one. Let's do another one. All right, 75. I'm going to shoot this time. I got crushed on that one. Crushed. Here we go. Come out 7. Okay. Here we go. Ouch. So this is how it went on me the other night. It went like 7, 11. Then I rolled 2 6s back to back, all on don't bets. Here we go. Getting beat up today. And there's a 10. Put 100 in odds. Hello. All right, so we're going to need to hopefully miss this 10. Having a rough day. Rough day. There's a 5. I was hitting those points so quickly. I didn't even really. That, in fact, guys, that might have been one of the craziest runs of dice I've ever had. Just as a group in those 22 minutes. And there's the 5. We're going to drop $1 and get 50. And there's an 11. And there's a 6, $70 6. This one seems to be acting a little better. Still trying to make up our come out losses there. Here we go. And there's the 5. That's another $50 winner. Drop $1 for 50. Here we go. One, two, three. We needed that earlier. Here we go. And there's the 8, $70 8. So we're on a good run here. Where was this run earlier? When I was getting mangled. All right, so I'm going to turn my bets off, my place bets off for 3 rolls to try to hit this 7. Place bets are off. There's the 9. There's the 5. So we're just missing out on money at this point. But I do think I'm going to get this 7 in these 3 rolls. Here it is. 9. Dang it. So I don't know. We missed out on about $200 there. All right. I'm going to turn my place bets back on. But I'm going to regress them. I'm going to take these odds down. Here we go. There's the 6, $35 winner. Here we go. 8. Okay. 49. We're going to drop $1 and get 50. Here we go. 527. Okay. All right, we're making some money. Random shooter time. We made up all our bad come out rolls. There's the 8. We got 150. I'm going to play it that way on the Iron Cross. So I'm going to need 90 in odds. You don't need it, but I'm going to put 90 in odds. I want to make some winners. Oh, off the table. hard 8 right away. That is brutal. I'm having a rough day. Go to 200. There's the 5. Okay. Seven. I didn't add no odds. I was looking for one hit, so I actually lost a little money there. It was my fault. I'm gonna go to 250. Progressing. I'm not tilted here. This isn't tilt at all. 437. What was that on? It sure jumped off that. Okay. We'll get 600 back. All right, I'm going to go to 400. Okay. I'm going to go to 600. This is exactly what happened to me the other day. There's a 516. It was a while ago now. I keep saying the other day, but it was quite a while ago. $200. Okay. Let's see if we can't run through $3,600 really quick. I give up. I give up. The random shooters are too much. It's too much. Too much hitting points. I give up. Beat me up too much. I can't handle it. Killing me. Hitting 4 points. That was fun. That was really, really, really fun. Getting crushed. But this is why it's practice. Honestly, I don't know that I've had a worse day than that right there. Just as the dice rolled. Just to be so off of the true probabilities, being in the advantage when you get on the don't. I don't know how many don't points I made there, but it was a lot of them. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I've had a worse day than that in practice. I've had some pretty bad days with the anything but 10 when I was trying to figure out different dice sets and how to control the 10. I've had some pretty bad runs at that. So I'm not sure if this was the worst or if it's just right up there with them. But it was bad. It was exceptionally bad. So, I don't know. Just brutalized. Brutalized. All right, so yesterday I did something, I think it was at the end of that practice video, where I shot the 3V, and we got mostly 10s, 8s, and 6s, and I think we had a bunch of 11, or 10s, 8, and 6s, I think is what it was, right? So let's see if today holds true. Let's see, let's get 36 chips. Let's see if it holds true today. Only shooting the 3V. All right. See if we get similar results. Again, from shooting the 3V, from what we were getting, we weren't getting lower end stuff. We did have a couple down there, but most of it was staying up on the upper numbers. So let's see if it works today. Let's see. And And there's a 7. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense because it's in the middle. Here we go. Back-to-back 7s. Okay. It's the 3V, especially the 3, 4, 7, because there's 3s and 4s. And there's a 3, okay, so that's not what we were doing. I am using different dice. I believe I was using the blue dice yesterday. I don't know how much that matters, but they are different. And there's the 6. Okay, that makes sense for the 3V. The 2, 1, 3, or the 3, 1, 2 does make sense because they're right there to get it. But I don't think you should be getting it very often. Aces, okay. So far, we're getting the bottom of the spectrum here. And there's the 4, and I'm doing the exact same thing. Now, the dice are different, and I'll argue that shouldn't matter, but maybe it does. And maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think that dice should matter all that much. And there's the 11. So this one maybe is a little more random. Maybe we're not controlling as well with these red dice. I don't know. But the one difference is the dice. I just highly doubt that they matter all that much. I would lean more toward that I'm just not very good at it. Or maybe there's a whole nother element to dice control that I don't fully understand. And that's maybe that it's from situation to situation. Or maybe that you just really can't do it and I'm fooling myself. I guess that could always be the case. That's not what I believe, but I guess it could be real. And there's the 4. It sure looks like we're on the other side here, doesn't it? On the other side of the game. And there's the 8. We're really not getting 3V numbers. I know there are 4s on it and all that, but we're really not. You should be getting inside numbers. And we got 3 of them out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can count the 7s as inside because they are inside numbers. So maybe we got 5 to 6, which isn't good. If you're trying to dice control with the 3V, that's not good. There's a 7. You should be heavily dominant inside numbers. And there's an 8. And maybe I just wasn't dialed in. I don't know. But it seems to me like, compared to what we saw yesterday, that this is like the opposite of that. And there's aces. And that would lend to randomness. If you one day was one way and the next day was the next way, I mean, that's randomness. All right, there's the 4. We got an abnormal amount of aces already, which is really weird to me. There's the 10. That we're getting a weird number of aces. That's odd to me. It wouldn't be odd if it's the 4s, but the aces, that means that I'm having some really weird stuff go on with the dice. And there's the 6. And there's a 3. So it looks, man, I mean, I know we got some on the upper spectrum of it now, but it sure looks to me like this run is pretty random. I mean, outside of the 5, I guess. We're not hitting the 5s, which we should be, because with the 3V, you have a 5 right on it, 3, 2, and you have, so you should be hitting 5s. And there's a 4, but instead it seems like we're hitting 4s, 2s. The 8s and the 7s are probably just on pace, like a random pace. Here we go. And there's an 8. Again, guys, and I'm not a professional dice controller by any means. I do believe in it. And again, 36 rolls isn't going to give you an answer. But 36 rolls every day for a year, you track those rolls, you're probably going to get a skewed set of numbers if you do the exact same thing over and over and over. It looks like it's starting to line out a little bit, but that could also be randomness. It's definitely the opposite of yesterday when we had all the high numbers. Now it's like we have all the low numbers. And there's our first 5. That throw was a little different. I kind of ripped them in there low as opposed to the same little arch on them. And there's the 6. And a 9, okay. It might be lining out a little to the inside here. Maybe my throw is getting more consistent. But still, these aces and these 3s and those 4s, they're abnormal. It's kind of like the 10s yesterday. And there's a 7. And again, that could be the dice, I guess. I just doubt it's the dice, guys. I just really doubt that it's the dice. I don't think the dice are going to be all that different. But if you do have some heavy shaved corners or some weight distribution issues, you could possibly get more of a certain thing. Remember how many 6s we were getting yesterday just on one dice? Just kept getting a 6. That could very well be kind of what's going on here with these aces, because I keep seeing aces pop up. Is that what it is one of the dice just has something wrong with it. It very well could be. Because you're throwing it as consistently as you can repeatedly, you should start seeing patterns emerge. And there's 2 12s in a row off the 3V, which I'm relatively certain you should not get. Okay, so let's see the 3V. Okay, there'll be 1 6 on there. But that other 6 isn't nowhere on there. So I got that other 6 from somewhere else. I don't know. And there's a 10. Again, this, if I was going to offer an opinion on this right here, as it is right here, I would say that this was basically completely random. That's what I would say. I would say that there was no control involved, and that basically what I've done here was completely random. Whereas yesterday, it seemed like we were specifically getting the same type of results. There's a 516. So we'll just keep doing this every day. They'll be recorded. We'll use the 3D every time. And there's an 8. One thing I noticed both times, though, our 5s and our 9s were short. So that is one consistent thing. So far, in the 2 days that our 5s and our 9s have been short. And there's a 6. And they've either went to the 4 or the 10. And a 7. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so our 7, we beat the 7 average by 1. That's not control. All right, our 4 had 1 too many. Our 5 had 2 too few. 9 had 2 too few. 10 had 1 too few. The aces had 2 too many. 3 was right. 11 was 1 few. The 12 was 1 too many. There was 2 extra on the 6 and 1 extra on the 8. I just think this is really, really, really random here. I think the 7, the 6, and the 8 are all basically right. I think from a just random standpoint, having 1 off or 1 too many, that's standard deviation. That's correct. So that would make the 10 is pretty much correct, and the 4 is also pretty much correct. The 5 and the 9 are a little short, but I think it's because they ended up in the horn. Here's what it looks like to me. So just from my personal opinion, this is random. This was random. If I would have rolled the dice, just chunked them, I could have got the same results as this right here. And so again, I don't think there was any control at all in this version. Where yesterday I think there was. All right, I'm going to do this one more time if you guys want to bear with me. One more time here. I'm going to do something a little different. As I'm going to put 2 different colors of dice out here. Make sure they're the same size. Okay, so these dice are different size dice. I need to go find some other dice. All right. So I got 1 bone thrower and 1 Craps Nation dice. All right, they're the same size. We're going to use the black dice always on the left and the blue dice always on the right. All right, so I would just want to kind of see where this comes up. See if we can start seeing a pattern. All right, so we got a 6 on the right dice and a 2 on the left dice. Okay. And there's a 7. Okay. 4 on the right dice. 3. Okay. And a 10. I do think that this is correct. You should be using 2 different colored dice. That way you're getting an idea of how these are actually coming out. 4, 3, 7. Okay, so but I haven't seen, besides the 4 keeps popping up on this blue dice from early looks. I haven't really seen anything weird yet in just a couple rolls. And there's the 9. Our numbers are staying more inside so far. 2 7s, an 8, and a 9. Again, I'm just trying to show what I think about dice control, and that you really can't control the 7, that you're really just looking for what pattern of numbers do you consistently roll. And that's my personal opinion on dice control. The 7 is just too frequent. There's a 6. Now I do think you can control some of the other numbers if you work on it, because they're so much less frequent that you can affect the outcome to a point that you can control that number. All right, looks like these ones, in my opinion, I know it's getting all these sevens, but this seems to be a lot more under control. Now, this is my second run of shooting, so I may be dialed in just a little better to it. But it definitely, from first glance, it definitely seems more under control to me. That's my second hard six, and I should be getting hard sixes since that's essentially what I'm throwing. And I'm getting 3s and 4s on the blue dice consistently, which tells me that that's good because that's either the top or the bottom of the dice. Hello, everybody that I missed. Here we go. And there's a 9. There's another 3 on that dice. So I'm getting a lot of 3s and 4s blue dice, which is good. That means that I'm doing something correctly. And there's the 6. And I know you guys are seeing this too. This run doesn't look anything like the last run. The dice aren't bouncing all over the place. They're staying pretty consistent, one spot. That's our third hard 6. So again, I do think that there's something to dice control, and it's about practice. And there's a 7, but that's a 4-3-7, so that's exactly the one we're supposed to get. Yeah, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the consistency, you're seeing the same number pop up on these dice, all right? And especially this blue dice. It's almost every roll is rolling a 4 or a 3. So there is something going on there. If you roll the dice 100 times and 75% of the time you're getting a 4 or a 3 on that one dice, there's another one. Then you're doing something. I'm at least controlling one of the dice to some extent. Have you used magic, Zach Cummins? And there's a 6-1-7. This roll, in my opinion, looks far, far more controlled. I mean, look at most of our numbers are on the 7, 6, 8, 9. We have 2 outliers. In my opinion, this is what dice control will look like. There's a 6. There's another 4 on that blue dice. Here we go. That was a short shot. Okay, that shot landed way back here. And look, I got a different result. That's a hard 4. I didn't land it on that 6 and 8. And I got a very, very different result. And there's the 9, a 3, another 3 on the blue dice. It is not a normal pyramid. Not at all. There's no way that you should get the same number or the same 2 numbers on the dice repeatedly without some element affecting it. There's no way. 16% of the time. There's the 4 on the blue dice. 16% of the time you should get the 3. 16% of the time you should get the 4. That is not what's happening here. And there's the 3 on it. So there's something with the blue dice for sure. The black dice, I don't have any idea. It's kind of all over the place. All right, we got a different one that time. Got a little different, got a 6. Here we go. Oh, there's a 3. There's a 6 on the blue dice. I'm really just concerned about the blue dice. I'm trying to keep them in that same spot. Both of those last 2 shots were not. They were a little off. And I think my trajectory is changing a little bit. That one was more normal. And what did I get? A 3. Look at my 7s, guys. Look how high these 7s are. There's already 8 7s. I don't know how many of them have been 4-3, but I bet you the majority of them have. And there's a 10. Okay. One weird thing is I'm not getting the 5s. I didn't get the 5s really on any of the dice. Whether it's both blues, both reds, or these ones. I don't know what the deal is with the 5 on this 3V. There's a hard 4. So that's also something to do with the control. Something there is making it to where I'm not getting 5s. Because you can't tell me in 36 shots that you shouldn't get some 5s. You should. There's a 3. 1, 2, 3. You should absolutely be getting some 5s. That was a bad shot. And there's a 7. That one was really short. And if you look, this time I'm not getting a ton of horn numbers. So I don't know what the big difference is there. There's a 6, 2, 8. 28 people watching me just throw dice. I know, it's crazy. No, random is really easy to pin down. 5s, random is very simple to pin down. You look at the curve. Where's the curve? Standard deviation. Bam, you have it. It's that easy. Control is the part trying to see if you're actually doing something is the hard part. Trying to glean information out of this, there's a 617, is the hard part. Are you actually making an effect? So far, from the 3 times we've tried this, there's no doubt in my mind that we're affecting the 5. There's no doubt in my mind that we're doing something to the 5, because out of 36 shots times 3, we've only had 4 5s. All right. Now I know you could say that that's just, it's going to come back and we're going to have a run of 10 5s. But I don't think so. I do think that there's something going on with the 5. And there's a 6. That shot was a little short. There's an 8, hard 8. I don't know how many hard 8s we've had. We've had a ton of hard 8s and a ton of hard 6s. All right, way more than you should. I mean, there is some differences there. I agree with that. But you should still see skewed results. And I don't think on the last one we saw skewed results. I think the last one was completely random. All right, so this one, you can't tell me that there's not something weird going on here. Our 6, 7, and 8, 6, 7, 8, I have every kind of dice. Our 6, 7, 8 are obviously dominant. Our 10 did one better than normal. Our 4 did one better than normal. I think that's normal. All right. 1 off, that's standard deviation. You're not having, there's no big deal there. Our 9 was still short. Our 9 has been short every time. Our 7 has been dead on or better every time, and our 6s and 8 have. Well, the 3V, you should roll 6s and 8s, guys. You should roll a lot of 6s and 8s with 3V. So I think those are normal. What's abnormal so far, from everything we saw, the one abnormal thing I see is the 5. We're not getting 5s. I mean, we got 2 in the first run, 2 in the second run, and none, 0 in this run. None in this run, 0. We got none this time out of 36 rolls. All right, so, but there's a 5, there's 2 5s directly on this. There's a 3-2 you can get and a 4-1 you can get. Directly on the on-axis throws, no matter how you set them up. There's 4 1s and 3 2s on the dice. So we should be getting them. No, I'm just going to keep doing the 3V over and over and over because every practice session I film, I'm going to do this at the end of it. Probably not always twice, but just because we can see if I keep missing these 5s over and over and over and over, and I do this for 20 episodes, is it still random? No. See, I don't know what double pitch and all that means. I don't really know. I don't know what all that means. I'm not a dice control expert. All I'm doing is showing what 3V looks like, controlled throw over and over and over and over. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly chunk the dice against the wall here. And I'm going to see how many rolls it takes to get a 5. That's roll 1. That's roll 2. That's roll 3. That's roll 4. That's roll 5. That's roll 6. That's roll 7. That's roll 8. So far, these have been very random. That's roll 9. That's roll 10. That's roll 11. Uh-oh. That's roll 12. My argument's going out the door. It's roll 13. That's roll 14. Argument going out the door right here. That's roll 15. Oh, and there's a 5. Took me 16 rolls to get a 5. All right, let's see again. And it happened on the first roll. All right, so I don't know. What I do know is that clearly shooting the 3V for myself in these circumstances that I'm in, I don't seem to be getting the right amount of 5s. I seem to be under. I know you shouldn't go 36 rolls without seeing one. Very often, it should be pretty rare. Really, you shouldn't go 36 rolls without seeing 3. I mean, that's one less than the normal average. I don't know. I don't know about all that. What you got? I'm not getting into strategy. I'm just trying to show what I think dice control is. Not that I think it's controlling the 7, because I don't think you can control the 7 out. And I'm going to give an example again of why I don't think you can control the 7. I'm going to use a red and a blue dice. All right. So if you use any set but the Hardway set, there's 7s all over the dice, no matter what you do. All right. So right there, you got a 4-3. All right. There's a 4, 3 there. All right. 6 ones are on this dice, I believe, somewhere. But anyways, no matter what, there's at least 2 7s on the dice, no matter how you put them. No matter what. And I'm talking about on axis. All right. So in this case, the 6, 2, 2, 3, 5, 2 if it goes that way. Okay. 5, 2 there. 5, 2 there. So there's 2 there. So what that means is that no matter what you do, unless it's a hardway set specifically, even though the hardway set, for sure, the hardway set has more. The hardway set has 4 7s on it. All right. So if you throw on axis, you're actually not helping your case with the 7. You're hurting yourself. All right. And so this is my argument why I don't think dice control works against the 7. All right. So let's say we were shooting the 4, 2, 4, 2, because that's the most common hardway set. All right. 4, 2, 4, 2. All right. So if you flip that this one goes all the way over, you get a 7. If this one goes all the way over, you get a 7. If they roll one this way and one that way, you get a 7. If it rolls one this way and one that way, you get a 7. All right, so there's just tons of 7s on it. Well, for every combination of 7, you're losing combinations of other things. You're losing percentage chance. So in my opinion, the way the hardway set works is you're trying to keep one staying on this axis and one going this way. Correct? That's the idea behind the hardway set, is that it's supposed to work that way. Okay, so let's say this one stayed on 4. So anything it rolls this way, there's still a 7 there. You see what I'm saying? So I know people say if one goes on axis and one goes off, if it stays on the 4 and that one rolls over to 3, there's still a 7 on that. All right. What it means is it has to roll here and then here. And that's how you miss. So you have to have the dice do 2 things. All right. So what that comes back to is if you do all the math and everything and the combinations of 7 versus the total combinations, you don't ever do better than 16%, which is this. Grabbing them and throwing them against the 7. So unless you can control the dice to spin, to tumble at the same rate, so unless they're tumbling exactly the same, if one gets off, gets a little ahead, now you start coming up with 7s. And so that's why, in my opinion, you can't control the 7. All right? It can get worse, though. The 7 can get more likely, because if you're throwing a hardway set, right? Instead of, if this was a different set, if this was the 5, 6, 4, 2, you're only going to have the 5, 2, 7s on it. Everything else, you're not going to have other 7s, just the 5, 2, 7s. All right? Instead of 4 7s, you'll have 2 7s. So that's still 16%. 16% of the time, dice control, you're going to roll 7. And that's my opinion on that. And that's the way the dice work. That's what 6-sided cubes will get you. Now, like I said, you can make it more likely to roll 7. If you're good at dice control, if you're good at throwing the hardway set, you essentially can make it more likely that you'll roll a 7. Because there's more 7s on a hardway set. Any hardway set you choose has 4 7s on it, no matter what. Because the back sides of each one of those numbers is a 7. And that's just my opinion, guys. That's what I think about dice control. And my reasoning is because it shows it when you do. If you chart this out and you do the combinations in a graph, you're going to see It's the same amount of sevens. No matter which dice set you use, there's going to be 2. No matter which dice set, 2, or it's going to go up from that to 4. No matter what. And it's because they're 6-sided cubes. So unless you're getting one dice to do something crazy, oh wait, that doesn't work either. Because if this dice stays on axis and this dice goes random, you know what? Each one of these numbers has a chance of hitting. What percentage it is? 16.5%. So if this dice stayed on the 4 the whole way, but this dice went completely random, 16.5% chance to roll a 7. Same thing. If that dice stayed right and this one went completely random, you still have a 16.5% chance of rolling a 7. And that's my argument that you can't beat the 7 with dice control. But you can make it more likely. So, and that's why I don't understand why people don't play that way. Why that's not the more readily attempted dice control. Because you put it on a hard way set and you're a good thrower, man, you got a lot more chances to smack that 7 that you're looking for. But anyways, guys, this was a great video. Got crushed in my practice sessions twice in a row. Not crushed, I got obliterated. They were both just miserably bad. The dice control stuff was fun. Good conversations I'm sure you guys had. I didn't really see a ton of y'all's comments because I was trying to shoot. But I do appreciate all you guys showing up, hanging out with me. And thank you guys again. This is Jacob from Wedge Me This. I'm going to be uploading a couple videos here in a while. You guys have a great day.